Welcome to La Vida Rosa. I'm your host Pinky, and today we're going to be talking about some everything, child. All right, y'all. So I wanted to talk about a couple of things. Normally I would get on live and do like a girl chat for this, but it's too late at night. I know y'all probably sleep, so I was like, I might as well just film this. First things first, I want to talk about everybody thinking that Beyonce is bleaching her skin. Now, here's the picture. I'm not even gonna lie, when I first saw the picture too, I was like, yeah, that she looks lighter than normal. She really does. I also know that when you wear blonde hair, it can really wash you out and make you look pale, because my hair used to be blonde. It used to be like an ash blonde too, and it just made me look extra pale. The lighting looks super bright and it's like washing her out, and it seems like a cool lighting as well. Y'all seriously cannot believe Beyonce is bleaching. Now, does she have a BBL? I believe that. But outside of that, I don't think that Beyonce is bleaching. I think if she would have been bleaching, she would have bleached a long time ago. And I also saw on the Impressive channel that Beyonce used to tan back in the day. So y'all are using these older pictures of Beyonce where she has tanned to compare to this picture today, where clearly she's not doing that anymore. So obviously the contrast is very different. She posted some pictures after this whole scandal showing that her skin tone is her normal skin tone. I saw her taking a picture standing next to Taylor Swift, which is actually a white woman, and you could see a clear difference. Beyonce is just a light-skinned black woman. The picture was edited that way, or the lighting was off. She do look like she using the Pinky doll filter though. I ain't gonna. I already told y'all there was a lot of conversation about the picture. It went viral. Everybody was having their opinion about it, and her mama was not having it, and she decided to respond to all the haters. What's really most disappointing is that some black people, yes, you bozos, that's on social media lying and faking and acting like you're so ignorant that you don't understand that black women have worn platinum hair since the Etta James days. I just went and looked at all the beautiful, talented black women who have worn platinum hair, and it has been just about every one of them at one time or another. Are they all trying to be white? Woo, she said a mouthful. One thing I will say, I'm not mad at Miss Tina for defending her daughter at all. But Miss Tina, they're not talking about her hair. They're talking about her skin tone. I don't know how that went over her head, but they're talking about her skin tone, not the hair. Beyonce wears blonde hair all the time. I kind of feel like that's one of the reasons why people are so up in arms too, is because we're used to seeing Beyonce with the warm blonde, undertones, and this was just like a very cool silver blondish tone that we're just not. Even when we see Beyonce wear black hair, it's jarring. So I think anytime she deviates outside of that, it's going to be a shocker. In this case, I don't think it's necessarily her hair. I do think it's the skin. I think it's the whole package. But shout out to Mama Tina for defending her child. I'm not mad at her for that at all. And before we move on from this topic, a lot of people were trying to say, well, she's trying to look like Kim Kardashian. Kim is trying to look like her. This picture she just posted proves that. I'm like, when I saw this, I thought this was Beyonce going back to her roots. I could not believe this was Kim. And Kim is not the only one to try to emulate Beyonce. I made a whole video about Kylie Jenner doing the same thing a couple of years ago. Like, she basically copied Beyonce word for word, bar for bar. The Kardashians have a history of doing this. Ain't nobody shocked about it. But how dare y'all try to say that Beyonce is trying to copy Kim when all they do is try to copy her? I'm sure they have her up on a vision board somewhere. Let's move on to Tamar Braxton and her on again, off again boyfriend, JR. Now, I've talked about them in a past video that I will link down below when they did break up. And he was the one that announced their breakup and said that he was trying to get back to positivity and alluding to the fact that Tamar was the reason for the breakup. I thought him announcing it was unnecessary. Over time, he kind of seemed like he just wants to be in the limelight, and he was using Tamar to do that. That's one of the things that I was going back and forth over in that video, but I feel like he's confirmed it at this point, because Tamar has been in a lot of drama the past few weeks, but the latest thing is she got in this back and forth with Tommy, who used to be on Love and Hip Hop. They had their words with each other, and in order to get back at Tamar, decided to go to a basketball game with JR, Tamar's ex at the time, as sort of like a nanny boo boo type of thing. And then a few days after that, we see JR and Tamar booed up once again. Right after that, honestly, if you know I'm beefing with somebody, I don't care if you're my ex, that lets me know you never cared about me in the first place. Because you teaming up with the ops, like, and then Tamar, you booed up with him a few days later? This man got you out here looking crazy. Both of y'all, Tommy and Tamar, got both of y'all out here looking crazy. Here comes Tommy with receipts that he originally asked Tommy to go with him on that outing, but I guess he decided to go with Tamar instead. So he's basically using triangulation, playing you two against each other. Even y'all were already beefing, but he's further adding to the beef. Tamar is literally on live talking about how the breakup wasn't his fault, it was all on me, falling on the sword for this man. And look, all of that very well could be true, because Tamar does not have the best track record with the relationships. We've seen her behavior on reality shows, but the fact that he announced the breakup the way he did and placed it on you and playing into that narrative, the implications of his post, I could never let a man play in my face again. And if I did come crawling back to him, I'm definitely not doing it on camera. I'm definitely not doing where everybody can see. No, are you crazy? Tamar, you could do so much better. She has the worst taste. She tends to choose men that are manipulative, abusive, physically and emotionally, and men that like to use her. And I honestly feel like JR falls in that last category. And like Tommy said, he ain't even a Brad Pitt or Leonardo DiCaprio, like somebody they have some sort of status. Like, what are you getting out of it? Let's move on to the Jeannie Mai and Jeezy situation. So I already talked about on a past video that Jeannie Mai and Jeezy are getting a divorce. It was a huge topic of discussion when it first came out, because usually men are not the first one to file for divorce. And then we see all these video clips of how Jeannie Mai says she had a big mouth, and in her past relationships she would talk to them crazy, but with Jeezy, he put his foot down and made her respect him. And so a lot of people assume that it was on Jeannie, the reason why their relationship didn't work out. They really haven't gone into depth or really told why it is they are getting a divorce, or why it is he filed for divorce. But we've gotten a little bit more information that's come out with this court case, this divorce case. So I'm reading from the Neighborhood Talk. We reported that Jeezy filed court papers to implement custody schedule for his daughter with Jeannie Mai due to Jeannie allegedly keeping her daughter away from him. Well, now Jeannie is firing back at Jeezy with her own counterclaim that accuses him of being unfaithful in their relationship. According to the documents obtained by TMZ, Jeannie's lawyer filed a motion that directly insinuates that Jeezy cheated on Jeannie and he will have to pay, literally. He's claiming that she's keeping his daughter away from him. And she fires back with, well, you cheated. How does it correlate? Like, even if the man did cheat, which I don't put it past him. Even if he cheated, what does that have to do with him being able to spend time with his child or get custody or whatever? Like, that didn't make sense to me. But anyway, her lawyer writes paragraph 8 of the prenuptial agreement regarding infidelity, which provides in pertinent part that in the event that either party engages in sexual relations, an emotional relationship, or is emotional or sexually suggestive in communication with a third party via all forms of electronic communications, including but not limited to texting, FaceTime, social media, and or direct messages, shall result in significant financial penalty upon the adulterous party. In other words, Jeannie doesn't want to put all of her business out on Front Street, so she's trying to keep it cute but essentially she's asking the judge to award her money in their divorce due to the infidelity clause in their prenuptial agreement. Okay, I believe it. Okay, so a lot of people think it's fishy that Jeezy was the one that filed for divorce, but Jeannie was still trying to make it work. She did not want the divorce.
At the time when I found out, at the same time as the rest of the world, that my marriage was ending in divorce, I was gutted.
She wanted to make it work. She was shocked. She was caught off guard. Why would you want to continue to make it work with someone who cheated on you? Women do it all the time, y'all. I don't know what's so out of the ordinary about that. Women get cheated on all the time, but stick with their man because they have a child and they're married. They want to make that family unit work. And if y'all been watching my channel, y'all already know I'm not even a Jeannie Mai fan, okay, at all. But I feel like now she sees that there's no chance of a reconciliation. So yeah, you play dirty, you filed behind my back, you're not trying to make it work. Well, you cheated on me. And so it says right here in section 8 of the prenup that, they broke it all the way down. Any kind of texting, FaceTime, and social media, emotional relations, anything. It states very clear that if you, it could have been as simple as him sending a DM to a woman. She's supposed to get paid. Okay? And Jeezy, is this you?
Real niggas don't cheat.
You don't think so?
No.
I kind of understand what you mean when you say that.
They do not.
I understand what you mean when you say that.
It's something in us that makes us want to be right.
This you? I guess you're not real, huh? Since I filmed this video, Jeezy has come out and denied her claims of him cheating, but somebody got to be lying, so we'll see how all of this plays out. All right, you guys, that's it for my little hot topics video. Let me know what you think down below. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? I'd love to hear your opinion, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.